I woke up to red and blue lights flashing through my bedroom window. My mom was screaming. I ran to the living room. 2 officers stood there with handcuffs. "Joan Bennett," one of them said, "you're under arrest for the murder of Austin Walter." And just like that, my world shattered. My name is Joan Bennett. They say one decision can ruin your life. For me, it was a 3-letter word: yes. Yes to covering for a friend. Yes to trusting someone I called sister. And that's how I ended up here. In this cold uniform. In this cell. One fateful day, Ava called, "Joan, can you cover for me tonight?" Ava's voice cracked through the phone, soft and urgent. "Just tell my mom I'm at your place if she asks, please." Ava was my best friend. We'd been inseparable since 3rd grade. Matching bracelets, shared secrets, pinky promises sealed in giggles and tears. So I said yes. That night, I watched movies with my little sister, while Ava, I assumed, went off to sneak into a party or meet her boyfriend. Typical Ava things, nothing unusual. But the next morning, the police knocked on our door. I was in the kitchen eating cereal when Mom answered. Their voices pulled me out, and there they were, 2 officers in uniform, standing too stiff, eyes too serious. "Are you Joan Bennett?" the taller one asked. I nodded. My spoon slipped from my hand and hit the floor. "When was the last time you saw Ava Brooks?" I blinked. "Last night. She was at my house." Their silence was loud. One pulled out a small notepad. "So, you're sure she was here all night?" I hesitated. Just a second. But that second was too long. "Yes," I lied. Because that was the deal, right? That's what friends do. They exchanged glances. "Ava's missing," the officer said, "and her boyfriend, Austin Walter, was found dead this morning at the old Walter property." Everything inside me went cold. I couldn't breathe. Dead? Austin? I'd seen them argue before, sure, but Ava always said she could handle him. "He's just dramatic," she would laugh. "All bark, no bite." I called her. No answer. I texted. Nothing. 12 hours later, Ava still hadn't surfaced, but the police kept coming back. Question after question. And suddenly, my yes wasn't a favor. It was evidence. "She was at your house? You're certain?" "She didn't leave?" "You didn't see her with a knife?" A knife? Then the story exploded online. Teen girl vanishes after boyfriend found dead. That's when I started to panic. I didn't know what to do. What would I even say? That I lied to protect her? That my best friend might be a killer? Well, I didn't get the chance to decide, because the next day I woke up to red and blue lights flashing through my window. They were arresting me. "Ava's fingerprints weren't found at the scene," they said, "but yours were, on the gate and the back door of the old Walter property." And suddenly, it hit me. She brought me there, a week before it all happened. Ava had asked me to follow her to the abandoned Walter house. She said she left some stuff there. Nothing serious. We laughed the whole ride there. I didn't question it. She handed me the keys. "Open the door," she said. So I did. That's how my fingerprints got there. Now, it all made sense. I'd been framed. I told the police everything. But without proof, my words were just noise. They didn't believe me. No one did, except my family. And Ava? She was still gone. My trial dragged on. My lawyer fought with everything she had. But the evidence was stacked. The door, the texts, the motive, all pointed to me. Months passed. Alone behind cold bars, I kept asking myself, why would Ava do this to me? Then, one day, a guard tapped my cell. "You've got a visitor." And there she was. Avenue standing in front of me like she hadn't vanished, like she hadn't destroyed my life. I couldn't breathe. "You committed a crime," I said, "and you set me up. That means you've been planning this for a long time." She didn't flinch, just looked at me like I was a stranger. "I took you as my sister," I whispered. And then she spoke. "You remember 3rd grade?" she asked. "When my brother got expelled?" Of course I remembered. I'd told a teacher I overheard something about her brother selling pills. I didn't even understand what I was saying back then. I was just trying to be honest. He was expelled. Her parents divorced. Her brother spiraled. "But I apologized," I said, 1,000,000 times. "You ruined my family," she said quietly. "And you got to live like nothing happened, smiling, loved, while I watched everything around me fall apart." "You planned this," I choked. "All these years?" "You smiled in my face. You lived in my home." "I waited," she said coldly, "for the right moment, the right fall. And when it came, I just opened the door, like you did that night." I wanted to scream. I wanted to shake her, but all I did was cry. But then a voice echoed, "Did you get all that?" Ava turned, confused. The officer stepped out from behind the wall, holding a recorder. The room had been wired. Our conversation, every word, recorded. A confession, clear, cold, intentional. That was the moment everything shifted. The trial reopened, the truth surfaced. Ava was arrested. And me? I walked out months later, free, on paper. But something inside me stayed locked away. Because betrayal like that, it doesn't heal easily. I learned something in there. Sometimes the person who says, "I love you like a sister," is the one sharpening the knife. So now, when people ask me what one word changed my life, it wasn't yes, it was trust. And it was the last time I gave it away for free.